All right, guys, today we got a 2014 Dodge Ram. Customer complained, they called me out. They said the car used to start, they had a manual switch or something that they used to have to do to start the car. And they pulled out all the old wiring. In fact, let me show it to you. Looked like some kind of possible GPS system, some kind of trash they had in there. He said he yanked all of that stuff out and he was just hitting the switch manually here to start the vehicle. And once he did that, then the car then lost all power inside. So when you come here now, so we put the key, start it, absolutely nothing. It's almost like you don't have any power at all. The car is completely dead. Everything, every single thing, nothing responds. But we do have power inside because I can even connect my my scanner and I have power on the DLC port. Now let me tell you, when this happens, a very good thing to check is down here, these connectors here, these two connectors here. Sometimes if these are loose or disconnected, you can have a symptom like that. Okay, now what I want to do, the BCM is what powers this relay here. Well, that's right. This is the ground side of the relay, which comes from another section in here. And this is the power side. I put a wire here just to test if this relay was working and I could activate everything. So this wire goes to the power side, and that power comes from the BCM. And then that bridges and allows power to turn and activate the cluster and everything else. Right? So what I did to just manually test that, I just jumpered and ran power here, and once I did that, the cluster came on. And by the cluster coming on, that told me that the BCM most likely was not powering on. So I'm going to go ahead and scan and see what I get, right? When I have this manually activated, to see what modules I can communicate with. You can see the little chart on the relay itself, and that kind of explains to you how most relays work. So on one side of the coil, right, you're going to have ground and then power, and the power comes from the BCM. And once you get that ground and the power, it energizes that coil, which makes that relay activate, and it closes that link. So 30 will have power coming from the battery, basically from here, right, always on power. And then it's going to then join that link to 87, which sends power to activate, you know, the cluster and all the different devices on this circuit, right? So now that we're not receiving power from the BCM, that's what's going to make us target the BCM and find out what is going on. With the switch manually activated or the relay activated, I did a full scan and I got communication with almost all modules, except what's missing. If you go here to the PCM, lost communication with the body control module and the TCM, and we're going to focus on that body control module. So by chance, we got another RAM right here, similar year and everything. So what we're going to do is pull that BCM. We're going to now mount it on this car and see if everything activates. And if it does, that confirms 100% that the BCM, when they maybe pulled out that wiring, they sent something back and fried that BCM that's in this car. So it's going to need a new BCM, guys. Most likely, if that's the case. He's connecting the BCM, a replacement BCM or donor BCM, for a second down there, and as you can see, the cluster came on. So at this point, I'm going to let him connect everything, because it could be some offending cable or something bringing on the BCM. So I'm going to let him connect everything to see if anything changes. If this stays like this, I'm going to call this a failed BCM that was not activating the circuit.
All right, guys, if you didn't know this, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. A little bonus footage for you. Owner decided to open the BCM, and we're going to be able to see what's in there. But there might be a part 2 on this, programming this BCM. So catch you on the next one, guys.
Man, I'm gonna write that.